Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Yeah. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Ooh. And I'm feeling good. That is an incredible song by the amazing Nina Simone, Feeling Good. And right before I was about to give this speech, that song came into my mind, and I wanted to share it all with you. There is joy in song. Joy is a song. You might not always remember the words, but you remember the melody. I've always loved to sing. I've been singing for my whole life. It's something that I've always loved to do. It warms my heart, it makes me feel good, it makes me feel better, it makes me feel at peace. Joy is a song. Music is something that is so universal, isn't it? It's something that can touch your heart, even if you don't understand the language that the song is in, because you feel the emotion of the song. As a kid, I was always so mystified, and I always marveled in the fact that someone could sing a song and they could sound exactly like the artist or the singer who originally sang the song, but when they would speak, their speaking voice was totally different. They would have a totally different accent, or they would speak a totally different language. And that's the beauty of music, isn't it? It's this universal thing that touches each of our souls. We are united by the power of song, the joy of song. And the truth is, honestly, we all have a song within us. Each of us has a song that's right here inside of us. And if you listen carefully enough, you can hear your song. It's all about joy and feeling that power. And you know what makes music and song singing so powerful? It's that it's this vibrational energy that radiates. And music, song, all share this common thing that we're all connected to, this common energy that we're all connected to. And the energy is love. Have you ever heard a bird singing? It's one of the most beautiful and also interesting things to see. I live in New York City, so the park is one of my most favorite places to go to because it brings me solace. It's a place where I feel peace. It's a place where I feel calm. It's somewhere where I can really just let go, feel at ease, especially with the hustle and bustle of the city all the time. And one of my favorite moments is when I'm walking in the park and I stumble across a bird singing, chest puffed out, all happy, just singing to its heart's content. And I always stop to listen because that bird song is speaking to that connectivity that we all share, that energy that we all share, that joy that we all share. And that's the feeling of song, the feeling of love that song can bring about in our lives. A few years ago, I was going through a lot in terms of anxiety and depression. And I really didn't want to admit it to anyone. I didn't want to share it with anybody because I was too proud for that. But I went to the doctor and I had to do a physical. And before the actual doctor came in, there was the doctor's assistant was there, and she was asking me this series of questions about depression and, my mood. And one of the things that she asked was, when is the last time you sang to yourself? I remember sitting there like, why would she ask me that? Why does it matter if I sang to myself? What does that have to do with anything? And I sat there and I thought about it. And I realized I hadn't really been doing that. I hadn't done that in a long time. I asked her, why did you ask me that? And she said, singing to yourself aligns with your happiness. And it also helps to soothe when you're in pain. And I sat with that for a moment, and it really struck me because there's so much power in song. It's a special gift that we have inside of us, that we have here in our voices, that we can use to heal. I've always loved singing. I've been singing my whole life, ever since I was a little girl. It's something that I love to do. And one of my earliest memories with singing was when I was about 4 or 5 years old. So when I was around 4 or 5 years old, in my bathroom, there was this mirror that was above the sink. And I couldn't see them, I was too short to be able to look into the mirror, just standing there, by the sink. So my mom got me this stool, and it was a stepping stool, and it made me a foot taller so that I could look into the mirror while I was in the bathroom. And it brought me so much joy and happiness because I spent a lot of time as a kid in the bathroom. I spent a lot of time as a kid in the bathroom. It was like my playground. It was a place where I could create characters, do different voices, and just I had a big imagination as a kid. I mean, it makes sense because now I'm a writer and a storyteller, so it matches up. But I would be in the bathroom for hours, it seemed. And I would be making up all these different characters, doing different voices. I would even wet my finger and then put it on my top lip, the hair above my top lip, to make it thicker so it looked like I have a mustache. And, I would do it for my male characters when I was doing male voices. And I'd be in there forever. And my mom, she would always be like, what are you doing in there? And all she would request me to do is brush my teeth, but I would be in there doing all sorts of things. And the one thing that I always liked to do in the bathroom was sing. I would sing to myself all the time as a little kid, look in the mirror and sing to myself. And one time, I remember singing to myself, and usually when I was in the bathroom, my mom was like in her room or she was in a different part of the house. And this time when I was singing, I heard these footsteps. And I kept singing because I was like, I hear it, but whatever. And I heard the footsteps for a little while, like they were coming closer to the bathroom. And then I heard the footsteps stop and then go back the other way and go back into the kitchen. And it was my mom. And I thought to myself, did she hear what I said? Did she hear my voice? And she didn't say anything to me right away. And I can't remember at what point she said something to me, but I think when we were sitting down and eating dinner, she looked at me and she said, I heard you singing. And I got all shy because, singing was just something personal that I did for me. It was something that I did that made me feel happy. and I didn't sing so people could hear me. She said, she smiled, and she said, it was good. It was really good. And she said, our family has always enjoyed the gift of song. And it really resonated with me, that one statement, because I started to think about my mom and how when she was growing up, she had always been part of choirs. And, you know, in her college, she was in the college choir, and then she was on and off in the church choir. And it really spoke to this idea of the joy of song. You know, historically speaking, especially in the Black community with Negro spirituals, song has been a way to unite us as people. It's been a way to help us heal from trauma, from challenge, from anger, from hurt, from pain. Church was a place where people could come together, and still is, where people can come together and heal through song, get closer to God through song, vibrate at a higher frequency through song. There's so much power in song. And it spans beyond, you know, the church community. In many farming cultures, people would sing songs to stay in sync with each other so they could get the work done. In the chain gang, which were forced laborers who had to build the railroad, they would sing songs like, I've been working on the railroad, right? And you hear that song now, and it's more of like something the kids sing, but historically that was to help them heal, help them stay together, help them stay in sync, help them to get through that hardship of forced labor. Song is full of joy, and song is full of power. For a long time, you know, I never had any lessons. I didn't join any choirs. I just let song be something that was just for me. I kept it just for me. I didn't want to share it with anybody. I mean, it would come out sometimes. It would come out sometimes, like when I was in sleepaway camp, I would sing in front of, you know, my tent mates. They would hear me sing. They'd be like, oh, you sound good, you know. But for the most part, I mean, I just kept it very secret. I didn't tell anybody that I liked to sing. I didn't think I was good at it. I never had any lessons or formal training. It was just something for me. And then sometimes, you know, you meet people in your life who remind you who you are at your core, or they awaken something about you that you thought didn't matter anymore, or that you forgot about. And that's when you really realize who you are. That's where the joy comes from. I was dating this girl briefly, and one thing that we love to do in New York City, there's piers that are along the Hudson River, and we would go to the piers and talk, and something we started doing, I don't know when or how or why, we started singing to each other. And that became something that we did routinely. We would sing to each other, we would quiz each other on trivia, and we would, you know, just sing, and it really helped to heal us. And at that time, when we only dated for a little while, we shared a lot with each other. And she told me she was going through a lot at home. She was struggling a lot in terms of finding a job, and there was so much going on. And there was this one song that I remember sharing with her that always helped me feel better. And it's this song by Luther Vandross, and it goes, don't you remember you told me you loved me, baby? You said you'll be coming back sometime real soon. Baby, 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 oh, baby. I love you. I really do. And I would sing that, and I would share that that was a song that always helped me feel better. And sometimes when we would talk on the phone, she would tell me about her day and the things that she was struggling with. And she would say, "Can you sing that song to me?" And I mean, at first I thought, like, I mean, it's just a song I sing to myself, you know. And she said, "Can you sing it to me? It helps me." And I sang it to her. And I realized that singing is super healing. It's so important. Singing historically has been a way that we share community together. And in that instance, it reminded me of what my mom told me when I was 4 years old, standing on that stepping stool in the bathroom, about the gift of song, the joy of song. In that instant, when she said, "Can you sing that song to me?" it reminded me of how important it is to share our voices. How important it is, even if you feel embarrassed or you feel shy, to celebrate your voice, to sing your song. Because singing is love energy. And it reminded me of that little bird on the tree singing its song, wholeheartedly, so happy. There is so much power in song. There is so much joy in song. And inside of all of us, right here, if it connects right here, you can sing your own song. It just requires you to listen here, and think here, and connect the two. If you listen long enough to your own inner voice, you will hear your song. There's a song in all of us, and there is joy in that song. Sing your song. Today, I'm challenging myself, and I encourage you to join me to sing. I'm challenging myself. I'm encouraging you to join me to sing. Sing to your loved ones. Sing to yourself. Sing. Just let it out. It doesn't matter how you sound. What matters is the love that's behind it. What matters is the healing that is behind it. What matters is the passion that's behind it. I encourage you today to sing. Sing for yourself. Sing to your loved ones. Sing like that bird on the tree. Sing your song. We all have a song within us. It's all about listening to hear it. That is where the joy is. There is joy in song. Joy is a song. Listen to your own heart and sing your song. Thank you so much for listening. This is the 8th day of my 25 Days of Joy challenge, where I am speaking about a topic in joy every single day for the next 25 days of December. If this video resonated with you, please leave me a comment. Please send this video to a friend, share it with your community. Give it a love, give it a like. It helps me know that you're listening, and I appreciate it so much. Remember, we all have a song inside of us. You may not remember the words, but you will always remember the melody. Much love to you. Have a beautiful, amazing day, and sing your song.